Anyway, what I called about is it's a little off topic, but I got to call y'all out two different things. One for you. First off, you, Brad. I was listening to you the other day right before UT Sportsline, and you and Sean were talking about that homeless dude that
please. I've had it with a homeless dude.
Well, I just have to call you out because y'all were
Ted Williams is his name, by the way. How appropriate.
Y'all were basically saying that, y'all that the clock was on and y'all were waiting for him to implode, and basically assuming that he's going to mess up, whatever money he does get. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, I'm 32 and I spent 4 years on the street 12 years ago, and I've never screwed up. How did
you get yourself out of that situation?
Stop making stupid decisions.
Oh, okay, very good, and you worked at it. Here's my point, Rudy, and what you did was very commendable, and I tip my cap to you. But I have a lot of friends in this radio business across the country who have lost their jobs, and they have worked their asses off to try to get themselves back into it. This guy's been living under a bridge because he imploded with bad decisions by snorting his paycheck and drinking himself, into a situation where he wasn't in touch with family members, his kids, his mother, anything for years and years and years. All of a sudden, because some reporter sees him under a bridge and hears that he has a nice voice, he's making way too much money and he's been given way too much opportunity. It just doesn't seem to me like that weighs out. Oftentimes, when you're in a hole like that, you fight, you kick, you scream, you scratch, you claw, you do what you have to do to get out of that hole. That's one thing. But when it's just given to you again, that makes me nervous.
What do you think the chances are that there's going to be a warm story and this guy's going to go on and build a wonderful career?
Not high.
I don't think we've heard
Not
the end
very
of him,
high.
Rudy.
I'm with you.
Well, that depends on whether he is being truthful that he actually quit the drugs and stuff 2 years before this ever happened.
Right.
If he already quit the drugs and he was still homeless, I know from experience being on the streets, sometimes drugs and stuff are the only way that you get your mind off of it. So if he was able to stay off the drugs with the situation he was living on the street, then he could stay obviously with having a better life and having a place to stay and, a job and all that. But the last thing I have to say is, why you always got to insult the fans, Barry? Why we got to be sheep? You're the only one that looks like one.
No, well, because it's very simple, Rudy. I have covered work stoppage after work stoppage after work stoppage, and people calling and yelling and screaming, I will never pay another dime. I will never go. And every year, the same folks that are calling and bitching and screaming can't be separated from their cash quickly enough to spend money on the product and for cold hot dogs and warm beer.
That's a great point. Rudy, go ahead. Finish up.
That's because people go to sporting events or watch sporting events on TV in order to get their mind off of life for a little bit. And you have a right to moan and complain if your team is not producing the way you want to. You have a right to be mad about that and complain about it. And that doesn't mean you're not going to watch the games anymore or go to the games. That just means.
But they keep calling and yelling and taking up valuable airtime, Rudy, saying why they're not going to support something. And then
but that's their right, though. That's their right.
Well, that's their right.
I mean, that's what fans do.
Right, but I choose not to be party to that because I've heard it, I've seen it, and I'm tired of it.
All right, great job, Rudy. Great phone call. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Rudy.
I see where you're coming from, Bear, and you are 110% correct on work stoppages. That having been said, the fan is the consumer. Fan gets to do and say what the fan wants to do and say, and that's the reason we have a show, ultimately. And that's the reason that sports is as popular as it is in this country. This is a sports crazed society
and by
that
the
we
way,
live in.
Props to Rudy for sharing
Absolutely.
A very personal story on how he has beat the demons and is a good, solid, working member, not with his hand out, but getting his hands dirty for 40 hours a week.
Yeah,
so
great.
And I've never met Rudy. We just have a phone relationship.
Great job by Rudy. 713-572-4610. Phone number to call. Barry Warner and Brad Davie Sunday night. This is Houston Sports.